to me, it seems like that as black conservatives, we're getting our talking points to come talk to the black community from white men.
No, the truth is always going to be,
because at the end of the day, when they say it's bad about the black community, your black ass got to say what's bad about the black community. You see what I'm saying? You got to repeat what the hell they saying. You got to repeat the terms that they saying. At the end of the day, because if we conservative men and we say we don't like debauchery, guess what? It's a whole lot of debauchery to call out.
Sal said the word degeneracy a few times. What's you guys' take on black fatigue?
Well, it depends on the original meaning or the one that white people co-opted.
The most popular version of black fatigue as it's known today.
Gotcha. The white version.
I mean, do you want to go ahead and define it, Cheeky, so we can just all talk on the same page?
It's basically what white people have used now to say that black people's behavior is making them tired, or they're tired of seeing quote unquote black people's behavior.
Do we agree on that definition?
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
Yeah. I think it's just ultimately behavior that ultimately I think it's ultimately the idea is whether you agree with it or disagree with it, I'm not giving an actual statement towards it. So if you make a claim based off this, then you're ignorant. It's just ultimately the idea that people are acting in a certain way that's disturbing the natural decorum of the public. So if people are just doing something, you're ultimately just causing chaos, racket, then I think that's where the term black fatigue is used.
It's a simpler way to say it's just nigga shit. That's all it is.
Well, so okay. So used, I understood, Devin. Do you think that it's being used and then substantiated?
I think usually when you see it, you actually see a video of it actually happening. Like, it's not like we're just like people are just saying it out of nowhere. It's usually you see it, you like somebody says the term, and then you see somebody raising hell, like in a restaurant, just throwing everything off the counter, or just using a public environment, just causing chaos in an environment. So like, if you don't think that's like meets the criteria of the definition, then that's on you. But I think that's where it's used, and I think that's how it's defined in the masses.
Okay, so let me just to be clear, and so you can go. When white people are in a restaurant acting a fool, is that black fatigue? Devin?
I mean, I guess because like black fatigue is like identifying it with a color. Like I would still consider it ignorant if they're acting that same way. Yes, I would consider it ignorant. Like adding black to it makes it exclusively for the black culture because they're saying they see it specifically on that side. But if a white person acts that same way, then I would consider them ignorant as well.
That wasn't a question.
I'm not but the question frames it as what if they act the same way that they get a pass? No, they don't get a pass for acting stupid.
He didn't say that either.
Well, no. I'm clarifying so that my words can't be twisted into believing that they don't act that way or don't have the capability of acting that way.
Well, you're twisting the question and you're adding some type of perspective that is unnecessary. So I'm just asking you. You said they substantiated with a video. And then it's called black fatigue. So I'm asking, that behavior, regardless of color, is it black fatigue?
No, because I think the word within itself is black, so it's black. So I mean, maybe you could call it white fatigue. I think there's a such thing as white fatigue. If white people are doing some ignorant stuff that we in our are doing something that we can consider like
Karen.
white culture.
A Karen, that's what you mean.
Yeah, a Karen would be white fatigue.
No, so here's a reason why that doesn't work. Because fatigue denotes something, right? You get fatigued over time. Fatigue takes time. It's not an instant. You see. So black fatigue, I thought, was because this behavior was being exuded perpetually.
Regularly.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with it, but still, Karens got the name Karen because it's a common behavior displayed by middle-aged white women over time.
No, that's why I said denotation. You see, that's what I'm saying. Denote fatigue. The word fatigue, the actual meaning. We understand that these are colloquial terms, but I'm just saying. Are you saying that black fatigue is equivalent to Karen?
Yeah,
no,
I would say yeah.
No, I would disagree.
Okay.
Black fatigue is the rejection of logic and basic human decency and replacing it with degeneracy and debauchery and making claim that if it isn't accepted, you're either a racist or a coon. That's literally what black fatigue is. So I'll give you a prime example. I can't remember which hockey team that was that won, but y'all remember they tore up the town, right? They went through, set fire trucks on fire, flipped over police cars and all that and the other. That was just considered a celebration, right? But have y'all recently seen an uptick in all these so-called team takeovers? Y'all seen that? How they running all throughout the city streets, stomping on windows, all acting all crazy and all this, that, and the other. So I'm gonna ask y'all a simple question. If you living in a neighborhood where there's a team takeover almost every weekend, and now you got to be on alert every weekend because you got to make sure that these peoples is not running up in your house and causing crazy shit, stabbing your car, your tires out, breaking your windows, would you move out that hood or would you stay in that hood?
If I had the means to move and I couldn't do anything about that, then I would probably move just in a vacuum.
That's black fatigue. Black fatigue is I'm sick of these niggas and I'm sick of paying for my shit and restoring my shit back and fixing my shit. I'm tired of dealing with these niggas, so I'm gonna get out the hood. That's black fatigue. Black fatigue is when somebody get to acting like a fool, get to acting like a nigga. You just like, man, really? Do we really got to be like this all the damn time? That's black fatigue. Black fatigue is the acceptance of degeneracy and the lack of logic and basic human decency. That's it.
So I take issue with the term black fatigue then, if that's the case, because it's not black behavior. If you're sick and tired of black people, then go take a nap. But if you're tired of degeneracy, then call it degeneracy fatigue. To say that you're tired of vandalism is you being black, having black fatigue, then you're essentially saying to be a vandal or to vandalize something is to be black exclusively.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only reason that they say it's black fatigue is because they don't want to get deemed a racist. Like I said in the definition, they don't want to get deemed a racist by saying that they just sick and tired of niggas.
Right.
Yeah, but
They're
that's
sick and tired of black people.
I'm sorry, there's two people talking at once.
Right, you're right. They're sick and tired of black people. Right? They're just making it a PG statement. But black fatigue is tired of black.
You lost me on that last part. You said black fatigue is tired of black?
Yeah, you're tired of black people, right? Or, like you said, they don't want to sound racist, so they don't want to say tired of niggas, okay? But they paraphrase and say they're tired of black people when they say black fatigue. You're just taking the words and flipping them in their position in the phrase.
Well,
it's still just as racist. It's just PG, not rated R. That's all.
Absolutely.
I just have a question. Well, aren't all niggas black?
So
niggas is white too. That's what you're saying?
Colloquially, no. But if what separates black people from niggas is the idea that niggas engage in debauchery and degeneracy.
That's my point. All niggas is black, but all blacks ain't niggas. So when you say black fatigue, you still can cover the bait. If it don't apply, let it fly, because they got some blacks who happen to be niggas that the country is talking about having a fatigue of.
That's bullshit.
That's
bullshit, Marine.
No, what I'm doing is I'm just giving you the fact of where what is happening. I'm not making taking a stance on either side of it. That's all I'm trying to say.
The fact is bullshit.
What's bullshit about it? Go ahead, talk to me.
Because when you say black fatigue, right, you're stating a message that allows for reckless speculation, and you're using the blanket moniker to represent. You're allowing the worst to represent the most.
Black people. Yeah, all of
Right.
us. Is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's only because it was a white woman that said it, and she didn't want to say I'm sick of
Nigga
niggas.
fatigue.
But here's the
Right.
problem though. Here's the problem though.
And you got black people that have black fatigue that are coming out and saying that they have black fatigue.
But hold
Right.
on.
And
She
most
didn't
of
say
those
any
black people.
she didn't say any she didn't say anything different than what a majority of niggas have been saying for forever. A majority of black people have been saying for forever. It's just that it came out of her mouth instead of coming out a color person's mouth. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I hear someone say, "Oh, I have black fatigue," and people get upset about it, I've been hearing women say niggas ain't shit for forever, and I didn't hear nobody get upset about it.
Well, niggas ain't shit, but black men are awesome.
So what's the problem?
But see,
but black
Like,
men, I'm creating a delineation between a
Niggas
low-life
and black
individual
people.
and an actual black man.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
have we not been hearing for years that black men ain't shit?
Now that's bullshit. That's dog shit. Yeah,
disingenuous, Sale.
That's
majorly disingenuous. Sale, my thing is, so black fatigue as a point is just a bullshit term.
Exactly.
Let's be honest with you. It's an online term. Let's be honest. See, I see what you try to do there. You tried to take it from online to try to make it real life. Ain't been no town hall meetings. Nobody said nothing about no black fatigue. Ain't nobody in the hood ever said nothing about black fatigue. Now all of a sudden, oh, we get black fatigue, move out the hood. No, that's just elevating your class. You make more money, you move out the hood. It ain't most of the time. It ain't got nothing to do with black fatigue because you can be tired as hell and broke and can't move nowhere.
Got you. But here's the
this is the online thing, Sale. This is an online thing, and all they got to do is turn off their algorithm. They're fatigued of their algorithm because you don't got to look at us. Half of you are not around us. You don't be around us, so white people can't get black fatigue.
I disagree.
Black people don't say they have black fatigue.
Black people say I'm sick of you low life.
They say I'm sick of you low life nigga.
I'm telling you, they got black people out there that say that shit.
Coons exist. I agree.
The people that say that shit are black conservatives. That's exactly the people that say it.
That's not true.
It's the suspect. It's the usual.
That's not true.
It's the usual suspects.
That's not true.
Black liberals.
I know. Name them. Give me a name because I can tell you the black conservatives that say for sure.
Tons. All of the black people who moved out the hood and moved into the suburbs.
Okay, that's not a name.
It don't have to be a name. I just gave you a demographic of people.
And you're speaking for an entire demographic like a conservative would do, right?
No,
Brandon Tatum, the Hodge twins, all of these black conservative people, they use the word black fatigue and they try to use it to appeal to a white audience. Very similar to what you just
said. Wait a minute.
Very similar. Very similar.
Wait.
It's the same situation.
Remember that statement, that question that I asked you earlier. Just because I move out the hood, does that make me different? You said no. I said, remember, you
didn't say anything about moving out the hood. You said
I used it as an analogy.
No, you didn't. You used record label and exporting music or doing music business as an analogy.
Right, being a sellout, right?
Yes, a level of betrayal.
So if I move out the hood and I go into the suburbs, am I betraying the hood?
No, that's not. That action in and of itself isn't betraying the hood.
Really?
But your ideology, I would explain it because you seem
go ahead, take your time.
The thing that is a betrayal, especially when it comes to black people or black conservatives, is this constant shitting and constant justification of white things that negatively impact our image. It's the same reason why Mufasa said what you just tried to do doesn't make any sense, because you're trying to say just because niggas say it or because black people say it, what's wrong with a white person saying it, as if there is no historical or there is no relevance to white people, white women and men saying something against black people and it having a super negative effect that doesn't have the same for black people.
Hey, Hamp, you remember that Victim Olympus question that you asked earlier?
Yes, sir.
This is what Victim Olympus looks like, right?
So
this is it's a prime representation of Victim Olympics. Because my thing is, if you're so upset about white people saying things about black people have been saying shit about black people since forever. That's nothing new. Go back and look at some of the interviews.
That's bingo.
I want Tiki to clarify.
I can't believe it.
You can't believe what? So have black people not been speaking? Have black people not been speaking ill of black people since forever?
So are you saying why white people Basically, why focus on white people?
What I'm saying is that just because I, as a black man, move out the hood and I move into the suburb because I don't want to raise my son or my daughter in a neighborhood which there's niggas running around doing nigga shit, and I don't want my children to be around that. Just because my behavior moving outside the hood has changed, what makes me a conservative? Just because I say shit that that y'all would say in the hood, just because I say it in front of white people, what's the problem?
Who said any of that? I didn't say none of that at all.
No, we're talking about behavior. We're talking about a behavior.
Can we clarify?
You just said you say shit in front of white people. Is that not what you said?
No, that is not what I just said.
What did you say?
What I said was people that say things and will defend what white people say in return, as if the things that white people say, there isn't other context to it and why it matters to us, right?
Yeah.
For example, would you get upset if a white person called you a nigga?
I wouldn't get upset, but I'll probably be in jail.
I knew you wouldn't.
No,
you want to know why I knew you wouldn't?
Hold on, wait. Let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
I said I wouldn't get upset, but I'd probably be in jail.
Conservatives, why we got to be like this, man? Why we got to be like this as conservatives? Why can't we?
Hold on, real quick.
Because
so Aaron been trying to ask a clarifying question
for
a little bit.
Go ahead.
Cheeky, when you say what you said, are you saying that conservative people say they have black fatigue, or are you saying that black people that say they have black fatigue happen to be conservative?
Yes.
Tend to be conservative. Yes.
The second one?
Yes, the second one.
Oh, right.
I want to step in real quick because one of the things is what happens in a lot of these conversations is nobody said anything declarative. I think ultimately we're trying to decipher and define what people say black fatigue is, because ultimately I don't believe black fatigue is that. I was just going off based off what the definition is. I understand black fatigue is just people within the black community being tired of racism, microaggressions, economic issues that we face because of racism or systematic racism, etc. I understand that. We're just going what ultimately what's happening is, and it happens a lot, is because we try to define things or have an honest conversation about what is being put in front of us. Then all of a sudden we happen to agree with whatever is being said. I think that's foolish. It's ignorant, and it's lacking integrity in the conversation.
Yeah, but black fatigue is a microaggression because a white person can't say nigga, because if they do say nigga, there's a consequence behind it.
Well,
Devin, they can say degenerate.
Well, real quick, right? We can't speed. So here's the one issue, Devin. I catch your drift, but remember I said, hey, do we agree? Yeah, do we agree with that definition? And then once we say yes, we can't go back and then say black fatigue is actually when black people are tired.
But the issue is that's why you guys had an issue with trying to clarify things, because I ultimately didn't agree with the foundation that was being laid, because that's why I was trying to be very clear in how I felt about what was being said, because I knew this was coming, was that we were going to say some outlandish definition or go with some idea, and then we were just going to run with it.
No, that's not true, Devin, though, right? So Cell made a declarative statement. Cell said that's nigga shit, right? Cell made a declarative statement, And so the question to you is, when you hear black fatigue used colloquially, do you think they're justified in how they use it? You said they're able to substantiate it by showing videos. I simply asked, do those videos have to be black people, or can it be people being degenerate and then it's labeled black fatigue?
Oh yeah, and then I clarified. I was like, I believe white people can show the same type of actions, and I'll consider white fatigue, and that's why we brought in Karen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You were able. You didn't get labeled nothing. You just having a conversation. Right. Now here's the thing, right, Devin? Do you think? Now here's the question: black people are the face of degeneracy. There's a second part of this. Do you think that black people are the face of degeneracy?
No.
Okay. Then there's no part two.
And we all agree. We all agree that black people are not the face of degeneracy. Right?
Do we all do?
When it comes to the black community, niggas are the representation of degeneracy, and unfortunately, the minority of the black community, which is niggas, get the most attention.
Okay, so here's the question. See, and that's what I'm saying. Instead of, we don't separate, because you can't separate niggas from black people, because most people can't tell the difference because of how they look. Right. So if we include niggas, are we the face of the degeneracy?
No, we're not falling for that. We're not falling for that. No, we're not doing it.
Niggadom is a behavior. It's not a look.
Explain to me what's his name? The dude that looks just like George Floyd. What's the basketball player? I forgot his name.
Steve.
Yes, him.
Steven, he does the podcast Up in Smoke or something.
Jackson. Steven Jackson.
Oh, Stephen Jackson.
I think they related.
They not related. He just said that.
He said that's his man.
But the point is, he looks just like George Floyd. How many people can tell the difference between that's peering into the culture besides us?
Yeah, people who got blinders on, who can't see the difference between him and George Floyd. But
and how many people do you think that is when it comes to people outside of being black viewing black people?
Yeah, that's your victim Olympus jumping out again. I don't care what people outside of our culture, how they look at us, because what I look at is that us inside the culture, we make us look bad by promoting the worst of us in the loudest ways.
Ooh,
I like how you did that.
How do we promote the worst of? Go ahead.
But see, Sale, when you say that, then I'm asking you, when we talk about the black fatigue, then why in the world are y'all adding y'all 2 cents in to how you think about Negroes or anything? Black fatigue is something that them white folks said. So we need, my thing is, as black conservatives, we need to shut the hell up and let them hang themselves. We ain't got to say how we feel about black folks at all.
So now as black conservatives, our language, our speech, and our rhetoric must be stifled because we can't tell the absolute truth, and we just have to let them tell the half truth. I say BS.
My thing is, I say don't use their term. We shouldn't be going around using black fatigue. That's something that they came up with. We attaching ourselves to their conversation. We're not being original. It seems like we're following behind the white man because the white man came up with black fatigue. Now us as conservatives got to jump on there and say, "Oh yeah, niggas is acting bad." It's like, hold on, bro.
But here's the problem.
Black conservatives.
I'll be back, Hamp.
Okay.
Mufasa, here's the problem with what you're saying. You got to understand that for years, as a black man who was a conservative, it was things that you couldn't say on the internet. You was getting kicked off. Why do you think the majority? I'm sorry, say it again.
Why were you getting kicked off?
Oh, because people was false flagging, reporting because they got their feelings hurt and they was offended because we said that niggas ain't shit.
And you didn't make any distinction between niggas and just black people, did you?
Didn't have to make a distinction between niggas and black people because here's the problem. Because I don't see all black people as niggas. I see niggas as niggas, and I see black people. Again, that's your victim Olympics jumping out.
It's not Olympics jumping.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Do you put black people and niggas synonymously on the same level?
I think niggas
and that's the problem.
Are black. But that's the problem. We're all black.
So you acknowledge that there's an existence of niggas, but you yourself can't even tell the difference between black people and niggas, and that's not a problem,
right? No, because the way that you all use niggas is very similar to how white people use niggas with the ER, right? I'm not going to ever do that, right? What I will say is there is a subset of criminals in our population of black people, and those people are called criminals, not niggas, not niggers, criminals. So how about you deal with that? Just call them black criminals.
Okay,
because the way you use niggas is very pejorative and it's too aligned with white people. Just like Mufasa was saying, why do we have to use black fatigue? The reason why is because it's popular and it brings in the audience you want.
So let me ask you a simple question. I hope you can give me an answer. Could you give me an example of what you think nigga shit is?
From your perspective?
No, from your own perspective. What is your opinion on what do you think your perspective is on nigga shit? What is nigga shit look like?
I have no idea. It could be somebody smoking. It could be somebody drinking. It could be somebody not doing anything. It could be somebody has grills. It could be it could be anything we imagine it to be. But my thing is this: after spending time around people, I can't claim what quote unquote nigga shit is anymore because the people you think are nigga shit or do nigga shit don't do the shit you think they actually do.
Yeah, but here's the problem though. I asked for your personal perspective. You said we.
Yeah, I don't have a personal perspective.
So you can't tell the difference between black people and niggas.
No, I think we're all black.
So you sound more racist than me. You sound like the white people that used to wear the hoods that said all these niggas look the same. You sound more racist than me.
No, I don't sound more racist than you, because all I'm saying is just because somebody looks a certain way or dresses a certain way or participate in hip hop or culture, those are the things or indicators that we say is nigga shit, and the people that are involved with those things aren't quote unquote niggas. That's my point.
But I asked you a simple question. Give me an example of what nigga shit is. Here, I'll give you my example.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. I'll give you my example of what some nigga shit is, right? To me, nigga shit is, it doesn't have to be pejoratively about black people, but I'm going to use the perspective of what I've seen from black people that behave as niggas. You know you got a drug test coming up. Why the hell is you smoking? You know you got to be to work at 5. Why is you up at 2 o'clock in the morning? You know that your ass supposed to be back at work at this time. Why is your ass coming back to work late?
So my question is this.
Time out. Hold on, wait, time out. I'm not done yet. You know that you got a girl. Why you cheating on your girl? You got 5 baby mamas. You can't pay no bills, and you dare go buy some goddamn Jordans. To me, that's nigga shit. Nigga shit is sidestepping logic and responsibility and accountability just to behave as a nigga. That's nigga.
So that goes back. To the question that Hamp asked earlier to Devin. When other people outside of the race do it, are you going to call that nigga shit as well?
Here's the problem. Why?
Just answer that.
I'm answering the question.
Please, can you give a yes and then expound? A yes or no and then expound.
Ask the question again.
In the same way Hamp asked Devin, when white people or people outside of the black community do the same things you just named, are you going to call them niggas and nigga shit too? Yes or no, and then expound, please.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
you said expound. So you know why? Because guess what? The same way I see y'all niggas behaving is the same way that y'all behave in front of white people, and y'all got paid for it. So don't be mad at me.
So if you just told us that black people are not the face of degeneracy, and you can use a term that is specific to black people like niggas to explain people outside of the race of quote unquote niggas, then that means black people are the face because you're willing to use it on a base level for anybody that isn't black, including black people too.
No, that's just mean that you're trying to transmogrify my statement and you're trying to use it in a way that fits your narrative. That's not exactly what I said.
Okay, maybe I said. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did that make sense?
Yeah. It makes sense. Cell just disagrees with your understanding and interpretation of his statement, but it makes sense. So where are we?
Well, as long as it makes sense,
it's his statement.
Yeah, but his statement lacks logic. That's the problem.
People get to interpret your statements. You know,
how does my statement lack logic when I say
I will break it down again.
When I say that niggas or black people who are specifically behaving as if they were niggas or even posing as if they were niggas, which is even worse, those are niggas to me. You ask from my perspective on is that the same view that I have of white people outside the culture? I don't care about white people that's outside of the black culture because I care about the black community. The problem is the black community. But hold on, I'm not done yet.
That's not what I asked you though.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
What I asked you was, when they do the exact same thing, would you say what they're doing is nigga shit, and would you call them niggas? You said
yes.
So if that is the case, if the word strictly niggas, what does niggas come from? What does that word imply?
The word implies nothing. It's just a behavior.
So nigga in and of itself has no implication at all.
Not to me, no, it's a behavior.
Not to you. So here's where that outside perspective thing matters. Because if nigga has no implication to anything that you say or do, or not, if it's not a descriptor and you're saying it's an action, you tell me when you use niggas, everybody sees it the same way. So you shouldn't be mad at white people using the N-word either. You shouldn't go to jail for that either. It's not a word. It's not a descriptor. It has no real context to it.
No, because the thing is that he's using it in a way that he's trying to be racist towards me. There's a difference.
But it has no implications.
Yeah, it has
based off of what you just told me.
Yeah, but again, you're looking for me to treat the white man a certain type of way just because I look at the black community a certain type of way. That's bullshit. And again,
no, I'm not. I'm looking for some logical consistency.
No, yes, you are. Yeah, the logical consistency is that you want me to treat white people worse than how you want me to treat white people worse than how it is I tell the truth about black people, or how I tell the truth about the black community. Or even more so, hold on, even more so when it comes to me telling the truth about nigga shit. Why should I hide the truth about niggas and nigga behavior in front of the world when y'all do it on a scale every day and get paid for it? Y'all sell y'all records for it, y'all create movies about it, y'all write literature about it, y'all do speeches about it, y'all have podcasts about it, y'all have done 11-hour streams about it, y'all have done video uploads about it, y'all have done shorts about it, you have done community tag posts about it. Hell, you have even came up with your own jingle and tunes about nigga behavior. Yet when I say niggas ain't shit and this is why, I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong for saying niggas ain't shit and this is why. You're wrong because you start defending white people or people outside of that for the exact same thing. You can't say that because that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did.
Let him respond real quick, sir.
Go ahead.
That's exactly what he did and what he's doing. That's the same reason why Mufasa told him, I can't allow you to do that, because what they do is run cover for people that don't look like us, have no real association with us, and will make blanketed statements targeting us. And guess who's there to co-sign it? People like Cellulite, people like Brandon Tatum, people like the black conservative male. They will sit there and allow that to happen in front of them and not think to themselves, well, this person that's speaking this, they don't have any indication of what a quote unquote nigga is, although it has no context to him. They don't have any indication of what a nigga is, what a black person is. Anytime they see somebody black, they go, that's what's wrong with them. And that's why and then they'll say the 1350 rule, which is they're only 13% of the population and 50% of the violent crimes. They will start running down an entirety of racial epithets and things that they believe, and guess who's there to co-sign it? And just be like, well, is he lying?
Got you. So when it comes to overlooking the nigga shit that goes on within the black community, I'm not dismissive of the nigga shit that goes on in the black community, because I don't think that is something that's common. I acknowledge what's going on in the black community, that it being a wrong thing when it comes down to self-accountability, self-reliability, and not dependent upon the government. But the biggest problem is within the black community, you have a bunch of niggas that's getting a loud speakerphone and the air horn. They're getting the bam, 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 bam. They're the ones that's getting celebrated the most just because they behave in the worst way, and ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing what it is that I want to do. Because why? I'm a nigga. I'm a grown ass man, or I'm a bad bitch. So at the end of the day, please, by all means, tell me when is it that I, as a black conservative, cannot tell the truth about niggas in the black community because you want me to focus on how the white man have treated us so wrong, so bad? Please let your victim Olympic shine.
Okay. Hamp, did you hear what I said?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Did I say that he couldn't make any statements about that? Did I say that was my qualm with that?
No. I think, yeah, Cell's hearing you, and he just want to make sure that he's also just clear in his statements. It's like you guys are making statements that don't align, but you guys are just clarifying you guys' opinion and stances. Right? Because you're saying this is the black conservative archetype. This is what they're willing to do and how they're willing to talk. Right? And Cell's saying, listen, I don't give a damn what you align me with. He's saying, I love these people enough to admonish them because the niggas are the representatives of the black community. But I think your disagreement.
But he said they weren't, though.
Yeah, he's saying that he said, sorry, his words were the niggas, because he's making niggas the cohort of black people, and he's saying the niggas have the loudspeaker. That's what he said. So I would assume that means they have the loudest voice and essentially are the face of us. Now, what threw me for what I need to be reconciled is, but black people aren't the face of degeneracy.
That's exactly why I'm confused. How can he say those things?
Yes, sir.
Hamp, I agree with you. I'm not saying that black people are the face of debauchery. I'm saying within the black community, niggas are the one that's promoted the most, and they're the ones with the debaucherous behavior, and that's the face of the black community, niggas and their behavior.
Okay, so Go ahead. You can ask your
question.
Well, let me. Well, Cheeky and Cell, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you
right. Okay. Now I need y'all to kind of remember where y'all at, and y'all are professionals, so you will. August, Mufasa, Devin, anything from what you've heard, or you can also just state what you want to state, right along the lines of this conversation. Go ahead.
I was just saying I was going to qualify for him what he was trying to explain. When you asked the question about the face of debauchery or degeneracy,
yes, sir.
Overall, there's a population because each demographic has degenerates in their demographic. White people got some of the most degenerate and do the most degenerate shit in their demographic, and I would argue that they might be the face of degeneracy. However, it doesn't alleviate the point that the black community also has degenerate behavior, and our representation of our community is usually the niggas that exhibit that degenerate behavior, but still they don't represent all of degeneracy or the face of degeneracy in America. Both things can exist at the same time.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
That's what I'm asking though.
That's what I heard him. That's what I'm listening to, and that's what I think that Cell is trying to say.
I understand.
But even with him saying that, his rhetoric doesn't match because he's willing to call non-black people niggas and doing niggas shit, which then goes back to the point of black people being the face of degeneracy because you're using a word that has implications that only involve black people.
Remember real quick, right? Because Cheek wasn't actually supposed to jump in, so I apologize.
It's all good.
I was thinking about what August was saying. He gave me a both answer. I despise shit like both, some, a lot. So August, you don't think black people are the face of degeneracy, right?
No, I think white people are the face of degeneracy.
Okay. And because remember, the premise of this part of the conversation was the black fatigue. Do you think, let me ask you just a clarifying question. Do you think white people are justified in using black fatigue when they see a thing like the teen takeovers as an example?
Yeah, I think they're justified.
Okay, so you think that those white people have the right and they've been around enough black people in these instances to be tired of it?
I don't think that we as a culture or people have any right to talk or have any control over what white people are tired of. I don't even know why we even fucking interested in it, because I think it's a waste of time to even think about it, because I don't really think about a lot of white people usually.
No, 100%, but in the context of the conversation, that's
they have the right. Yeah, just the same way we have the right to have.
Oh, no, I'm not asking like do they have the right, like people can say what they want, right? So you can't stop anybody. I'm saying that you think that there are significant amount of white people exposed to this behavior to then be fatigued.
Yes.
Okay. Because what interests me is like, even when I was having a conversation, right, August, about Italians, right, and I'm from Connecticut, and in the East Coast we have a lot of Italians, and what I realize is people like, oh, just black, you don't know no Italians. I can tell by how you talking, you don't know no Italians, right? It's almost like I just think people are watching a thing and then saying it, right, and repeating it. And what jumps out to me is the dude from Buffalo. Remember the Buffalo shooter? Had to drive 3 hours to shoot niggas. And I'm just trying to figure out what he's so tired of, But I guess you can watch a thing and be desensitized or, galvanized by it. So I can give that a level of credence. But it just interests me, like, in that way. Mufasa, you got anything?
That's what I mean.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I just wanted to talk all the way through it. Yeah. Mufasa, you had anything before I let the...
I just want to say this, that us as black conservatives, we got to understand that we're helping. We're helping the daggone for people to look at black people in a degenerate manner. My thing is, because if we are conservative, why in the world are always the white conservatives talking about black fatigue? Why ain't none of y'all talking about they degenerate? That's what I like about HAMP. We talked about the violent stuff that they do. But as black conservatives, we jump on to their conversation when talk about black folks. Talk about black fatigue. Ain't nobody talking about they pedophilia.
You know what it is?
You ain't just as loud.
Be careful of that. Be careful of that word. Be careful.
Yeah. But you want to know? Mufasa, you want to know what it is? I think that some of us are focused on optics more, and some of us are more focused on actually doing work. I know some. Yeah. I think that the conservatives that you're talking about are focused on doing the work, and then a lot of the liberals are more focused on the optics of how things look. And I think that's what it is.
Damn, that's not August. He's made a statement in there. What you think, Mufasa?
I mean, if that's true, then my thing is, to me, it seems like that as black conservatives, we're getting our talking points to come talk to the black community from white men.
No. The truth is always going to be,
because at the end of the day, when they say it's bad about the black community, no black ass got to say what's bad about the black community. You see what I'm saying? You got to repeat what the hell they saying. You got to repeat the terms that they saying. At the end of the day, because if we conservative men and we say we don't like debauchery, guess what? It's a whole lot of debauchery to call out. But this is keeping on just their people. Why we got to keep it on just our people? Why can't we talk about that?
I'm gonna tell you why, Mufasa, because we're not policing their people. I want them to continue to be debaucherous and do what the fuck they want to do and continue to go down this dangerous path that they're going down. I don't want to correct them. I don't give a fuck about them, to be honest with you. I'm focusing on me and mines. And so the correction comes for me and mines. That's what it is. Sometimes the words may align or whatever the case may be, but the truth is where we got to stand on and have that remain supreme when we talking to our people. The optics, that shit don't matter.
And we should use words like black fatigue because that's what they paint.
I mean, if you don't like it, they got, but and that's understandable. But they got black people that are liberal that are saying the same shit on TikTok. Go to TikTok and they all over the place, and they not conservatives.
Not. The one thing I do want to say is I catch when I hear it is what Mufasa said is when he's saying we're repeating things that other people are saying. This is what I'm saying is like. We give white culture, white people, whatever other people too much control because if they say it and it's a negative thing, then it's like we can't say it because even if it's the truth. So it's like if white people say so, just walk with me here. For example, if white people said water, or if it was Donald Trump and he said this water is good. Next thing you're gonna say, oh, you can't say that you're racist because you support this water that Trump talked about. Like it just becomes you mentally just skip a beat when you have these conversations because we can't even be honest because we're looking at optics and what people feel about something. If something's true, it's true. If it's degenerate, it's degenerate. I'm sorry, somebody else said it. Like fuck them. That's the part we talk. Half of us always say we say fuck them. Like stop bringing them up to validate your point. I'm giving you a valid point. Is it degenerate? It's degenerate. Don't give me excuse of why we can't talk about the degeneracy and why it should stop. And that's why people get. I think people like when people try to bring in this fatigue part. The fatigue part is because when we have these conversations, we can't be honest about it, and then people think we accept it.